So first question is, Norris, what was your first time seeing one of the Star Wars films?
Well, obviously these films are very old, so I can't lie and just say 1980 something, you know? But yeah, granted my age, around 6 years old, I would say my dad has really introduced me to Star Wars because he's a huge Star Wars fan, and same opinion goes to like most of the fan base of how they hate the sequels. He hates the sequels. So yeah, and my first ever Star Wars movie was actually Phantom Menace. So we started off strong. But I wasn't really too fond of the original trilogy because I never actually gave it like the attention it actually really deserves. But you know, I personally love all the trilogies, but that was my first introduction to Phantom Menace, 6 years old, and my introduction to Star Wars.
Alright, what would you say is your favorite Star Wars film?
Well, kind of overrated, how people always say Revenge of the Sith, but I'm going to say Revenge of the Sith because it's true. The movie's so good. All the duels, all the action sequences, the character development, Anakin's like rise to the dark side and all of the light side is just so cool. And that final fight with Obi-Wan, that movie really deserves a remaster, like a complete remake. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
But if I would have to choose a second film, also Empire Strikes Back. Very good film.
Alright, which Star Wars character?
Okay, so they're continuing their conversation like this with samples provided throughout the video. Okay?
Yeah.
So, what did you enjoy the most in this unit?
I'd say, you know, researching about Star Wars, because obviously I'm new to the franchise, and ever since I researched it, I found like new, you know, lore and, you know, different things about each Star Wars film.
Okay, so how did your initial design concepts change as you progressed with the research?
So, my idea was that I was gonna use, you know, instead of like, you know, an interactive video, I would use like a slideshow, and it would contain like props and memorabilia from Star Wars films. So I would have like, you know, like lightsabers, Mars, and all them type of things. And I would just make a slideshow, but it kind of changed since, you know, I didn't really have a lot of props. And yeah.
Okay, so how did you find working with InDesign? Was this your first time working with InDesign?
Yeah, that's my first time working it. At first it was really tricky since you know, it's not like, you know, Photoshop, you actually have to, you know, like do a lot of other stuff. But as I used it often, I got used to it, and I kind of, you know, how to, you know, put an image, how to, you know, put like how to make.
Yeah. And what was the most challenging part of the whole project, or maybe working with InDesign, or anything in general connected with the unit?
It would probably be, you know, the finding the right, you know, typography and like fonts.
Yeah.
Because obviously the standard one, they're just a bit boring, and I try to find, you know, like new ones and download some other fonts that I found on some websites.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
great. Any questions from the peers? Okay. Okay, thank you very much.